this running? Yes, it's running. Hello. Better. Greetings. Been a while. Lots of things happened. Some positive, some weird, some very, very, very bad. Okay, personal stuff. Not going into this. The internet is not a place for that, okay? But I need something to distract myself, so I had the pleasure of digging up all my old stuff from the storage because stormy weather seemed to have appeared to have broken the roof, finally, after 50 or so odd years of that place. And now I had the water break in, so I lost a lot of material which is uncoverable. I have some old magazines I'm trying to save at least somewhat, but yeah. But it was not all bad, because some of the stuff, thankfully, I was aware of possibilities like that and kept higher up and in plastic, so really I should go back to my basics and do the old YouTube stuff where old man talks about his old and dusty hobbies and nobody listens because old. And then some young people do the same thing about way, way shittier, way not so old things and get 500,000 views in an hour. Because they're hip and cool and have sponsorships with stuff that gives you all kinds of diseases. But hey, it's cool to shake and bake some shit up. Okay. Now, because most of them would put out stuff like, oh, the original Ultima 9 Ascension, and talk about it for an hour. If not for the last 15 years, people have done this already. There are so many reviews about it and how EA constantly fucked over Richard Garriott and his studio doing this here. Origin and fuck EA. Fuck them all. So, yeah, I could talk about stuff like this, but hey, we all know that Star Trek, the Final Unity, yeah, was an interesting little interplay thing. Now, what was the interplay now? Spectrum Holobyte. Oh my. I mean, half the whole original voice actors in it, so yeah, nice little adventure game. But even that, been talked to death. You know what I not hear many people talk about? The Fall, which is also Star Trek, but Deep Space Nine. It's a three-parter where you play Sisko, Kira, and Worf. Yeah, you play those three characters. You play basically their free perspective out of a really good to decent Deep Space Nine episode. But do you hear anybody talk about The Fallen? No. I mean, hey, it's old Unreal Engine stuff. I mean, oh boy. And I mean, now that I'm starting to migrate all my old gaming stuff over to a Linux system, I'm still on the brink of what. I'm not a Mint guy, and all the modern stuff is a little bit. And yeah, this stuff was used. You see the used mark. It's not in mint condition anymore. Okay, this is not. Oh, this wasn't perfectly preserved. I played this. Okay, I played all of these games I have here on my table, and the little bit I have here, this is nothing. I plan on all of these shelves here, where now there is games, this is games, books, and the rest here is anime. For the most part, there's some Star Trek down there and some old TV shows. For the moment. But I'm planning on doing all of this, at least this part, and maybe this part for the big boxes. Just gaming, just old games. And find a new place for the other stuff. Because I think this is way more representative of what I have done in the last 30 years or so. Even though my anime stuff is probably more known. I mean, you can always go back to Lisa Should Larry. Reloaded. Yeah, I have most of my stuff on physical media because some people on Discord try to accuse me of, you only have this is the stuff on Steam. Oh, you don't really collect games. So, I could build a house out of all of the boxes I have still. Some of the stuff I already showed is up there. They are folded because it would take so much space just to fold. But just a giant box like this, all over the place, with one CD in it. That's the one I would actually like to show. Really obscure stuff, because I have really obscure stuff that most people don't even have seen, either back in the days or now. But yeah, I fold most of it, if possible. I fold one of them, so I preserve them as good as possible and keep the stuff, the booklets and the stuff in it separate, if it's possible. Okay, so, I mean, you know, remember Twin Sector? When people were completely insane about all the, oh, Portal came out, Portal was cool, let's make a Portal game. Then make another one, the Ball. Where you play with a ball. Because Portal, now it's Ball. I mean, where's the other one? Oh yeah, there. This one actually I liked a lot. Mag Runner. Again, because Portal. Because portals are cool. Or we need to have physics in games. And this is a cool Lovecraftian kick to it. And the puzzles are pretty interesting, so why not? I mean, everybody's talking about stuff like the classics, like The Force Unleashed. Oh, The Force. Let's force it. Right? Nobody can tell me that, oh, we haven't talked enough about that. Everybody is talking about Star Wars stuff again. Because they cannot let that corpse rot. Stay with Star Trek. I mean, next year we have what? Star Trek Academy? And the trailer alone gives you AIDS? Stage 15? I mean, nobody's talking about stuff like The Void, which is an farming / psychological afterlife. I wouldn't say thriller, it's more of an adventure game with boobs. Yeah, there's a lot of nudity in it, and if you play the game good, because there's a lot of really attractive women, which nowadays wouldn't fly, really out there, okay? Because you're playing a dead person in the afterlife, and the afterlife is nothing like you would imagine. Like, this is some really, again, very Lovecraftian almost, but also very charming in its design and in its characters. Really interesting. I mean, in 2006 we had that stuff like this here. Holiday Collection 2006. Oh, how little do we know that we only got another episode after this one, and then it all disappeared. What a time. I mean, Torchlight was at least something that people remember. Okay? A little bit. I would say. Pretty decent. I liked it. Oh yeah, and then the better one of the Call of Juarez, Gunslinger. Okay, this one, because this one is actually like a movie. Not like the other one that they tried to basically made Max Payne in the woods, but failed. And then they made this one here, which is actually good, because it's like a western. Told by an old guy who makes mistakes while he tells his quasi-fake and imaginative story about his past. There's some really, really funky shit in here, and it's great. If you love shooters, this is good juju. Good juju. Okay? Oh yeah, and this here, the game that created the Giant Bomb review site. Because the guy who created Giant Bomb was fired because he gave Kane and Lynch a bad review. And the website was completely sponsored by the publisher and by the production of Kane and Lynch. Like, did they solve out reason? Oh no. Magazines and review sites sold out for the last 25 years. I mean, people like me called out European and especially German-speaking magazines for literally since the year 2000 for just making paid reviews and just chilling for shit. That's why they are now basically either completely gone or on Blue Sky. Jesus Christ, this is sad. The same goes for the Max Payne series. I mean, I liked the first two ones. They were brilliant. The writing, the dialogues, the noir stuff. I wish we would get something like this in the future at one point. This one, people hated it because of the whole. This was the point where they, YouTube is coming up. So we do the whole YouTube filter shit and all the psychedelic shit because mental torment and we're so deep. And like, okay, if you ignore that, it's still a good story. It's just loaded with bullshit, okay? And the funny thing is, I have a physical copy, and I bought this on Steam at one point, but for some reason, this shit still disappeared from my Steam library. I don't know why. I got this one here and activated on Steam, then it disappeared. And now I have a physical copy, but no way on the normal side to get this thing to play. The same goes for Stranglehold, which is also more or less Max Payne, but Joe Jung-Fat. And my god, there are scenes in here that are straight out of the movies, okay? I mean, it's Midway. Back in it's a Midway Studios still made. I mean, it even says it on the cover. John Woo, Stranglehold. Like, I mean, stuff like this, you don't get this. Play old stuff, guys. Play the old stuff. I mean, you can always go to stuff like when you not have seen the Mafia stuff. You can always go back to Godfather. I mean, damn, I haven't even completely taken off the security tape. I've only played this once. Wasn't my proudest moment, I gave it. But hey, I mean, the same goes for the original Oblivion. I mean, this is Game of the Year edition with including the Knights of the Nine and Shivering Isles. Man, so many magazines made fun of this one. But hey, nowadays, we used AI to recreate Oblivion. Man, aren't we cool? We will do this now with everything. We put it in AI and make much money with little to no effort. Oh no. Ugh. Man, we get a new Painkiller. Not complaining. Was fun. A little bit slow. I mean, it's more like the. It's on this brink where we had so many rip-offs or basically run-alongers. I don't know what the right English term would be. Hey, Serious Sam did really, really well with nothing, so let's make a lot of Serious Sam clones. And this one is one of the better ones, at least from the aesthetic style here. It's just a little bit slow, and I don't know, it was a little bit too. They tried to be cineastic, and the dialogues didn't really help. But it was okay. I mean, hey, there can always be a new Elite Force. We all know there will be no more Elite Force games. Please don't. Please don't. Don't do that. Even though I enjoyed both, the first and the second one. So, yeah. The same goes for the original for Crysis and Crysis Warheads. Damn. I mean, Crysis, Warheads, I haven't even heard people. This was, again, EA. The studio that fucked everything. Why? Because EA. Yeah. Okay? But at least at some point they had good studios. And I still don't get why people are so appalled about the CryEngine, okay? Besides the last version of what was the last time they used it properly and was really a good experience? Kingdom Come, the second one, and the first one. They used the CryEngine because it can extremely detailed giant map because, yeah, this does the right thing for the job. No, everything must be Unreal 5 now because fuck this engine. I mean, why not? I only have found so far the expansion pack for Overlord. You know? Yeah. Oh yeah, tank controls. Ooh. They have minions. It's cute. I give it that. The story was interesting. And ordering your little if you're a really big Gremlins fan, which I am, this is definitely a game you should play, okay? Not because of stuff like, wait, I have it here. This guy. Yeah, I have one. Yeah, I still have to work on this one. Missing the eyes and a little bit more decor, and the weathering is not to par. I'm still working on this one. If you know, you know. Yeah. But I have you said at least, yeah. Yeah, there's this one, and there is a steelbook. Imagine there were steelbooks, stuff that you actually could put in your shelf, and it's metal. And real. Oh, boy. How exciting. The same goes for Jade Empire. People have, I mean, it's 2K. Yeah, I know some people had mixed feelings about this game, but I liked it. I mean, it wasn't. Everyone was comparing it to Knights of the Old Republic, and then you shouldn't do that. It doesn't trying to be that. Come on. Yeah, but hey, at least we have still a steelbook. Yeah, this is one version. This is the steelbook version. I have the collector's edition as well with the little Big Daddy in it. It's safe in a different room in a glass cage, so no worries. I still have some of the collectibles very, very safe, hidden away from daylight and people who will touch them. But this is one of the steelbooks I have. I have multiple ones. And it has some smudge on it. I don't know why. I have to clean everything at one point. It's been decades now. Or at least 1 decade. And again, metal. Then you never get that. And yeah, it's not only that, but there is actually a game inside. And this disc actually holds a game. Not just an overblown activation key. Imagine that. Now we're going to a little bit more obscure stuff like, original, legendary edition, or limited edition to Call of Duty. Yeah, the first one. No. We go to Necro Hunter, Cyberpunk, Monster Hunter RPG. I mean, man, where stuff was really fucked up and girls were still a little bit more attractive. Yeah, this guy has way too many eyes. Typical Redditor, I would say. Woohoo! Yeah. Man, I don't even remember that game very much. This was basically in the time frame when I played still Neocron. Oh, those were the days. Yeah. Or if you're, for example, Space Sim fan, Darkstar 1. Makes a lot of in-jokes, I get it, but hey, if you like something like the old privateer settings, Freelancer 2, Dark Space, okay? Where you actually have to do missions on your own, especially in the Freelancer style. Man, so many try to do it. And I see where people in, for example, No Man's Sky do that stuff, or in Elite Dangerous, you have this little itch in that direction, okay? But never really a custom-made game just for that, where you just fly around, take care of your ship, upgrade or buy new stuff. I miss those days. I mean, I have still the physical copy, so it will never go away as long as I'm here. Girlship, man, hack and slay, God of War style. I mean, if you played this, I mean, just from just the game studio. Wow. Oh man, that magic from Euro Video. I think this even never left our continent, I would say. So yeah, they tried to make their own God of War thing at one point. Yeah, I mean, everybody knows Saints Row. This is already the 4th. Yeah. But I have to have Saints Row. I have all the Saints Row on disc somewhere. I have to do it holding. Oh yeah, that's stuff that basically predates now that we are in this area where now everybody dislikes Borderlands because man they fuck this shit up. Rage. Good answer. Why? Because if people remember the original Borderlands pitch, and if you can find the original trailer for the first Borderlands, looked more like Rage. Okay? The first Rage. The second Rage was kinda gay. In a not fun way. Okay? Way too poppin' colors and boring story and boring protagonist. This here was also boring, at least it had interesting visuals. And the first imagination of, first iteration of those extreme, massive bitmap constructions where everything is super textured and completely burns your CPU and GPU. Oh boy. Man. Yeah, and Borderlands was supposed to look like Rage, but then there's this Rage coming out and switch gears, and Randy Pitchfork in his Randy Pitchforkiness stole the whole idea of the design from some other animator from YouTube without credit. And oh, there's a little bit smudge again. Man, this was woof. Fenimore Fillmore, the Westerner. I mean, those are the old. You go back to the back of the basement, where you find those RPGs that, if it's not LucasArts, nobody has heard, because the Westerner. Oh man, I mean, the original was this one was and it has even a bonus feature, the 3 skulls of the Toltecs. Okay, still in super VGA graphics, so 2D pixel sprites, cartoonish graphic. This is already in 3D. With a lot of bullshit in it, because you have to charge your horse with carrots. So it goes from place to place on the map. And it's completely just to make you do extra shit to prolong the game. Because the game isn't even that long. And the comedy doesn't translate that good. But hey, if you're more a Command & Conquer guy, or someone who likes real-time strategy with a little bit of more fantasy. Oh... Dragon Core. I mean, it's in the Divinity series, yeah. I mean, do I have to say more? From Larian Studios, so you know it's good. I mean, you can romance the skeleton in this one. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, there she is. The little sexy skeleton called was Ferrophilia. Oh yeah, man! You can in one part you can either give her a cybernetic dwarven-made body again, or do questionable necromancy. You can make her alive again to give her flesh and blood. And she runs mostly around naked. But all of the characters are very memorable, man. The goblins and stuff. Oh, they were fun. It's one of the tougher strategy games, by the way, where you can either participate or command people to do your bidding, which has pro and cons. You know, it's worth a look. You know, if you like strategy stuff, I highly recommend. Oh boy, yeah, and of course when you go to strategy, of course you go to the XCOM Enemy Unknown. Man, this is the big box. Man, this actually still in. You know, okay, yeah, 2K, but this was old 2K, you know, back in the days when they actually did some good shit. Oh man, those were the better days in the times, you know. We're almost coming to an end here, actually. Oh boy. And this one, the really obscure stuff, I completely forgot. This stuff nobody has seen in good 20 years, and many will not see this afterwards. Because this was not a game, this was an experience. Back in the 90s, there were a TV show which used a high-end technology of wall-mounted phones with keypads for video games on television. And they were so highly advanced that the studio that made this thing here in my hand didn't understand the concept of latency. So the game was literally unplayable because you had to watch the TV while using your telephone, which was almost never near your TV because it was either close to the outlet where it plugged in, because nobody had smartphones. Those weren't invented at that point. Okay? There were no smartphones in the area. But also, you have to watch a TV show, and you see the TV show. Then you have to talk to somebody that gives you the access to a sound-based control system, which already had a latency of almost a second. A second. Which doesn't sound much. But the TV had a latency of almost 5 seconds. If not 10 sometimes, depending on where you are on the European continent. Because not everybody was on the same place. And even if you were close, you had no chance. And it was just a very simple action-based jump and run or reactionary left to right engagement game called Hugo. There were a whole TV show about this shit for years. Nobody was able to play this game or even beat it. I have seen maybe once or twice, and I'm still not believing that this one was real, because every time you hear someone who is actually on a telephone try to play this game with the keypad and you hear the sound of the keys, you know, this high-pitched beeping noise that they make, you know, the classic 80s, 90s sound, which were used as the controls. First of all, nobody understood that because this was so new and so weird to them. So it doesn't work. It has a latency from unbelievable horrors. And it was a stupid TV show to begin with. And this was for kids. Oh, there were lawsuits. Because some kids stopped, didn't stop the call, and the calls were charged by the second. Oh boy, this was fun back then. And yeah, I have a physical copy of this. For whatever reason, I found one. Man, let's go to something more knowledgeable, like Red Faction, and then later on Red Faction Guerrilla. We don't get games with really destructionable environments anymore because it's too hard for the games and the developers don't want to do the work. I know. The same goes for the Gothic series. Yeah, I know we're getting a remake because we're getting a remake of everything. We even get a remake of the ego shooter Sin. Why? Nobody remembers that game. And still people, we're just using AI to make it a little bit more polished, or to give it a little bit more, but the controls are the same because you cannot even program that shit anymore. Okay, this is old, I think, Quake Engine 2 stuff, okay? So closer to the Half-Lives and iteration, but that's why people are completely, oh man, we're getting new Gothic material. Yeah, do I still have, where is it? Oh yeah. We all know how modern Gothic turned out. That's why we have Rhythm. Man, this was boring. This was so boring. But at least I have still the original games. 1 and 2, perfect. 2 with the expansion Night of the Raven, absolute cinema. Absolute cinema. Great characters, great fun, great voice acting at some points. This here, boring as fuck. But hey, if you want to play Diablo and you don't want to play Diablo, you can play Loki. Man. Damn. It's pretty interesting to play with. I mean, man. Who has even heard of this game? I mean, it plays more like Sacred. Where do I have Sacred? Don't I have Sacred around somewhere? No, there's the rest of that stuff. Machinarium, Serious Sam, Alice Madness Returns, and I'm still working through the original Dawn of War stuff, Dawn of War and Dawn of War Winter Assault. Okay. Oh man, those were good times. Special editions, Devil May Cry 3. Oh, this was a furious time to get to work on PC back in the days. Man, also prevented with comedy, you could not write today. Sam and Max hit the road. Man, that I still even have one of those. Man, the original, still with the original LucasArts logo on it. Man, the days. I mean, I'm still looking for a good copy of the original TV show. Oh, Anno 1503. You know, shortly before Anno got really shit. Like all games, you know. Hey, you cannot build everywhere anymore. You cannot do shit anymore. Everything is scripted to the minute. It's basically just The Sims without doing anything. I mean, you can always play the original Wolfenstein 2, the new Colossus. Or, if you want really edgy stuff, the 2009 version of Wolfenstein, where they still pretended that there was magic in the Third Reich, you know? Which even the critics couldn't even come around and think, hey, it's good, but we wanted more. So yeah, that is a staple of a decent to good game if you want more of it. Because, the side quests, there are only 3 side quests. Yes. And the special weapons are only different in color. Yes. And is the shooting fun? Yes. Are the characters fun? Yes. Characters from this year later on come in there into not in the new Colossus, but I mean Marianne dies in. Anyway, and no spoilers here so much, but some characters from this year go into the later series if you don't understand the jokes in here. But if you want to play true horror beyond the imagination of mankind, Britney Spears, Dance Beat. Oh, the horrors. Oh, the THQ. Yeah, I have a lot of bullshit also in my collection somewhere. I have a whole shelf somewhere where I always have in mind, if I find a good place, I want to make a shelf of shame. Okay, where I put all the really bad, the really disgusting shit. Okay, the really what the fuck is going on here, okay? But I really can say, I even have a soundtrack for that already. I made it in some AI stuff. And just the shelf of shame, everything on it is lame. Because that this has to be preserved for future generations to show, hey, you think you know shit? I know shit. I think this is enough for today. I mean, I could always talk about some movies like Wild Zero. Yeah, but where is the modern progressive community when you bring up stuff like this, where it goes actually into gender stuff with the loudest band of the world called Wild Zero, fighting aliens with music, and there's a guy who likes a girl who is actually a guy who is a girl but still a guy, and what? It's like the story makes no sense. It's completely insane. But that's 90s Japanese cinema for you. Don't get me started on all the other stuff that they made back in the days. Man, what did I pay for this back in the days? What year? 2004. I found this on a bargain bin actually. The days, I tell you, the days. But anyways, this was my Sunday. I feel a little bit relieved. Thank you for listening to me. There is so much more. I have baskets in the corner over there. Not only books, but movies, TV shows, old memorabilia from the days gone by. I have a whole desk here that actually is meant for me to basically experiment on new hardware stuff that I will then transfer to this machine here, probably to basically go away with the Windows and all the other shit. But this is something for the future, and I say this every time. I know I should make more movie-related stuff and more topical stuff because people want to see more on the nose things. But that's not just me. I'm literally not really into that stuff. I'm old, okay? All I know is old things. The new things, like, I used to be with it, but then they changed what it was. Now everything new is scary to me and makes me confused, like Grandpa Simpson. So, yeah. Yeah, yes, time goes by. Ugh. There is so much to talk about, but not many people to listen to. But yeah, in that, I wish you a good rest of the weekend if you see this on the Sunday. If not, I hope the coming week will be pleasant to you at whatever you do. Cheers, and I see you around. Where is the button to stop this recording? I need glasses. I think this is it. Yeah. Cheers. Work, you piece of shit.